I think it's a really good lesson to learn from these companies, though, is when you are developing, one, we've talked about it already on the show and probably will again, is you don't have to do everything you can do.
Yeah.
That's
Definitely
the one
not.
thing. But also is that you can, well, of course you can spread yourself out too thin, but these companies are, when you look at your competition, Rory, you had told me the story about this company that bought a dog food and then brand, and then a whole bunch of other companies bailed in. You have to be
Yeah, it was
really
a cereal company.
a cereal company, bought a dog food company, and that was a decent
Yeah.
buy, right? If I remember right.
Yeah, I think that one was. Then all the other prices started going up because it's like, oh, we got to do that too.
Right. You have to be one, okay with not doing everything, but to
Mm-hmm.
be careful that your company doesn't just start to become a bad version of your competitors.
Yeah.
Right? John Deere is John Deere. You think John Deere,
Yeah.
you think agriculture, you think good construction equipment. You do not think these giant dozers that Komatsu's making. Now you might think Caterpillar, so now there's a competition there. But John Deere gets to, they don't have to compete on every single front that they're in.
Yeah.
Well, they do, but they're not competing with 10 other companies. They're maybe competing with Bobcats on the skid steers, Komatsu on the loader.
Yeah.
Well, there's a whole bunch of loader competition.
Yeah, that's a big market.
And you have to be careful not to become this copycat. So like we do interviews. We also have advertisers. So magazines might compete with us on the advertising. They don't compete with us on the video. But then you've got people that do like commercials and stuff like that. So we compete with that there. We do these 3-part series, different shows, right? So that's a little bit like the trade show world, right? Because they're going around doing different series are kind of like doing different events. You're competing with different people, but you're not putting all your eggs into one competition that you might lose. And I don't know if these companies are doing that on purpose. Of course, I don't have insight into their executive decisions that they're doing. But I think it is worth noting because I think a lot of companies start off and they try to compete in areas and they almost like magnify like one or two competitors and then they try to replicate that and they just end up a bad version.